Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? We're going to call this episode G Money Down by the River. So, life's been crazy lately. Life's been crazy my entire life, but here we are down by the river where I get a little bit of tranquility. Uh, just thought I'd share some happenings in life. Some good, some not good. Uh, I'll keep certain topics very vague, but it's been an interesting 2 weeks. Um, some of you may know that my van broke down. Uh, Let me rephrase that. My van, best friend, transportation, home, my everything broke down. So that created a major problem with my mental state because it's all it takes to put me under. But as some of you may have seen, I did a video down the way here, the other part of the river here, a while back. A video called "The Coolest Pastor in America." It was a short video. They were having fun on a boom, jumping into the river. Well, that was Pastor Lee. So he has a church, and ironically, as my life would have it, sorry for the noise, there's a truck going by. Sounds like he needs some vehicle maintenance too. But after that video, I had been really thinking hard on how to feed some homeless people. Um, I have a really cool, easy recipe that's very tasty. Um, so when I reached out to him, we talked. Well, we didn't really talk, but I texted. Um, but anyway, right after that, because I needed a kitchen, and I figured they probably had a kitchen, so I could prepare this food. Right after that's when my van died. Uh, I was able to limp it to a mechanic. They estimated $1,100 for a new fuel pump and the labor and a new pulley and some things like that. So that was obviously out of the question. So I got talking to Pastor Lee, and uh, he advised that he has some mechanics because he also has a couple businesses, and they have some mechanics on staff. So it was very nice of him to loan me the use of a car, a nice Honda Accord with excellent air conditioning, and offered some other things. But so they've been working on it. The van should be finished today. I should be able to transfer my belongings from the car to the van tomorrow if all goes well. It'll be nice to just get back in my van called Betty White that needs a bath. So she's not even hardly white anymore. She's a dirty white. But so that's kind of that. Um, Hopefully, I got to struggle until Friday. Hopefully, I can make it to Friday, and with no new financial hiccups. Then one of the things I'm going to do on Friday is resubscribe to StreamYard. It's not much, but I read the little thing adds up right now. So, oh yeah, one thing related to the van, I do have a couple cheap notes here that for once, because rather than trying to wing it and forget something, um, I have like $1,300 left to pay on the van, which is going to be a huge relief because that'll relieve me since I'm on a catch-up program. That'll financially relieve $400 a month from me, so $100 a week. Big difference. Big difference. So I talked privately with a couple friends, and there's this homeless guy in the Milton area that I see constantly, and I always wondered, like, what's his story? What's his story? How can I help him? You know, it'd be nice to be able to meet him and help him. So in the last couple weeks, I've been throwing him $5 here and there. Um, Recently found out his name's Zachary, and this part tore me up because, well, it was really good. I identified my name, and then he offered his name, and then started telling me a little bit about his story. Where he used to work in the restaurant business, went into the military, and now supposedly or is or was back in the restaurant business doing something restaurant related, kitchen work, whatever, I don't know. But he has a deformed jaw. I'm going to make an assumption it was military related or some type of accident. I don't know, but he's a little deformed, and he had a longer beard, which really didn't make it visible. Now it's shorter, and you can kind of see it. But the guy seems very nice, very polite. So I've been throwing him $5 here and there, a gift card for Dollar Tree, just little things, because that's all I can do right now is little things. But um, one day I want to be able to do a little bit better for him. I was even thinking today, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. It'd be cool to be able to get him a bicycle, at least get him a bicycle. He walks everywhere. So a bicycle with a nice lock so nobody would steal it. But so tell me your thoughts on that or whatever. But I'm always trying to do better when I can. Sometimes I do better for other people than I do for myself. Uh, so I did another video recently about the Santa Rosa County School District, how they feed kids at 3 different locations in this area. Um, it basically substitutes school lunches, but it's a mobile type setup. Uh, So I'm working on something there with a friend. A friend made a contribution. Uh, I just need to match it, and honestly, it's probably not going to happen this week. It'll uh, either next Friday or Monday. Monday would be more a week from tomorrow. Would be actually it'd be kind of twofold in a way. It'll give me time to figure out where the school district office is, drop off the donations, make sure they qualify. It's ready to eat meals, so it's not like you're not going to give them canned goods like you would get at a church or something like that. But anyway, uh, so to my friend, thank you. I haven't forgotten about it. I have not executed that plan yet, but it is coming. I promise you. Uh, so Social Security. I officially qualify for Social Security a week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow is going to be my 62nd birthday, and I need to get that process done. I like everybody saying, well, you shouldn't take it at 62, and there's all this Sarasota Tim and all that stuff. But I'm going to take it at 62 because I have to. I have to stay alive. And just the way things have gone in my life, I don't know how long I'm going to be around because of all the health problems I have. And look at me, I've lost 45 pounds. Right? I don't like looking in the mirror. So I'm totally looking. I look different, and I don't like how diminished I've become. But so if I basically have to make it 9 more weeks if I get the paperwork done, and I'll tell you about the paperwork in a second. But so if I can save $400 a month on the van, get the Social Security payments, then that would be like almost plus $2,000 per month. Not quite that much, but close to it. But if I understand everything correctly, they force you to have health care, and I don't have health care right now. And I'm not in a position where I can throw out $700 or $800 a month for health care. So there's different things. I need to try and explore that. I don't know how much time they give you. If it has to be mandatory upon receiving the first payment, then I'm never going to have $700 or $800 up front because I'm already trying to do that for another important bill. But see what else. As far as YouTube, YouTube has really progressed for me in the last few months. I'm happy with the growth. I wasn't happy with it in the last couple of weeks. I felt a little handicapped in certain ways to go further, to do things I want to do, things I have in the van that I could do, and but hopefully those days are coming if the van holds up. So currently I'm at 995 subscribers. The watch hour things, it blows my mind. I'll have a real good growth and be putting out more content and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I wake up the next day and 100 hours less. The watch hour thing just blows my mind. So we're still plugging away. We're trying to get to that monetization one day. First step is these 1,000 subscribers. So I'm 5 away. I was 6 away yesterday morning. By the end of the day, I was 5 away. But we know how that works. But anyway, so that's that. Yeah, so I want to get out camping, do more of that. And so let me get back to talking about the van problems. Initially, I was told it was a bad fuel pump. So when Pastor Lee and his mechanics reviewed the problems with my vehicle, they said it was just a bad compressor on the AC. I guess it seized up or whatever. So that's what they did. They replaced that. There's a minor leak they're trying to pinpoint. So that's that. So my inner fear is, okay, they said it was the compressor, not the fuel pump. Now the compressor's fixed. What if there is still a lingering problem with the fuel pump? Because I don't have $1,000 laying around to fix that on top of everything else. Plus, I know I need brakes in the front. I'm hoping I can just get by as long as I can. So anyway, as you know, one of my mottos, my slogans whatever, grammar, who needs grammar? Is nature can soothe your soul. So I really need some soothing. So I want to get out there and see different things. There's a lot of different lists of topics and things I want to do that are really cool, very different, unique. There's a lot to offer in this surrounding area. It's a YouTuber's paradise. It really is. And if I had skills of some of my friends, I keep saying to myself, what if, what could be? But we're just doing what we can do. Okay, the work thing, you guys know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got promoted. Started off pretty rough. Finally got some new people in the last few days, hired 2 really good candidates, 2 really good young workers that are like really good, very mature, very responsible for a young age. So that part's really good. We have 1 or 2 people that could be leaving us. So for right now, we have a little extra, but they're getting trained up because the other people are going to be leaving due to relocation and what have you. So some people have called me Coach G, you know, whatever. I've been called that for many years because I've coached football, high school football, off and on for like 25 years. Haven't done it lately. I don't foresee me ever doing that again unless I retire. And I mean, I always think about it. I like it. There's certain things I didn't like about it, but I do miss coaching quarterbacks because that was a lot of fun. But anyway, so the new young man, one of the new kids, it's like 18 years old. I just started, and I could tell he looked like an athlete. So we got talking. He was training with me, and I said, "Did you play any sports?" And he said, "Football." And I kind of thought he looked like a football player. And turns out he's very mature. He he played this past year, senior season, with a torn ACL. So he's a running back and a safety, and he played the entire year with a torn ACL. It hampered him a little bit, as you can imagine. I saw a little bit of highlights from him, brief bit of highlights, and the dude's a hitter, and he's got some decent speed. But as you can imagine, with the torn ACL, wearing a brace, he was a little not as probably effective as he could have been if he was healthy. So, so we talked about some things. I said, "Do you have any ambitions to play college?" And he just told me, basically about the knee problem. He had transferred the year before from another school. So the kid used to weigh like 205 pounds. He's got a good solid frame on him. He's down to 175. But we got talking about some things. And I have some connections at Carson Newman University. I believe it's called a university, Carson Newman. It's in Tennessee. I think it's outside of Chattanooga. Don't quote me on that. But it's a Division II program. Excellent history with football. They're always in the top 25. It's a running offense. They run the veer, split back veer. It's basically a lot of triple option. And so I'm going to be developing a video for this young man. His name's Darren, and we're going to basically introduce Darren to the head coach and the athletic director. The athletic director at Carson Newman is my old high school football coach's son. So he's basically like David Needs Jr. One goes by Dave, one goes by David. I forget which one, but anyway. So I'm gonna do an interview with him on camera, so it's documented. Plus, we're gonna include links to how the coaches can look at this young man's highlights, playing with a torn ACL, and basically his. They want to know a little bit about his character right away. You already know the guy's 100% all in. He's dedicated. He's willing to risk injury and play through injury. So that's a tough kid, hard-nosed kid. He's right on the cusp with his GPA. It's a little bit below 3. He apparently has not done any of the college entrance exam stuff. I can assume what's going to possibly happen. They may want to have him start working on that, preparing for that. It's a different system nowadays, different grading system, so I don't even know how it works anymore, to be honest with you. I know it like every 5 years it changes, but so with that being said, I'm trying to help this kid get into college. It would make me feel really, really good to get him into college and get to chase his passion, because some people do fall through the cracks, not because they're bad kids or just his injury, not having the college entrance exam test taken. So here we are, G-Money down by the river, just sharing a little bit of life. It's been raining a lot lately. It's going to rain all week, so that limits my outdoor adventures. Just wanted to share with you guys, and remember, folks, always know your legal limits and let nature soothe your soul. And when you find time, try and help a veteran.